Hi, this is Little Dwarf playing games while rambling incoherently into a microphone. Why? Well, just because I can, and I continue with Unavowed, blind. I was about to go into the meeting.
To send you aid would leave our own domains undefended. You know this, Kalash.
Undefended against what? Ours is the only domain under attack.
Your charter is quite clear. Recruitment is your responsibility.
You accuse me of negligence. Just how many agents are currently in your employ?
That is precisely the point. We have no agents to spare. I am sorry, Kalash.
So am I, Erelax. New York is getting overwhelmed. When that happens, they will come for you.
Then we must be ready when it comes. Relax out.
Major Hanum swallow you whole. Ah, you heard that, did you?
Who were you talking to?
Lady Aralax, head of the Dublin branch of the Unavowed. It is no secret the threats have been escalating. I had hoped to appeal for aid and fill up our ranks. Alas, we are on our own. I respect Lady Aralax, but I should have known better. Never ask a dragon for anything. You will always regret it.
A dragon? Wow. The bottle emits a faint hum whenever Kalash moves. He commands attention even when standing passively in a room. Did I hear that right? You were speaking to a dragon?
A dragon at the head of the Dublin branch of the Unavowed. Yes. She is old, stuck in her ways. I suppose the same can be said of most of us.
What is this crystal? Some kind of magic phone?
A magic phone? I suppose that is one way of describing it. There are shards of this crystal in every branch of the Unavowed. It allows us to communicate, for whatever good that does.
Call the meeting.
Yes, duty calls. I have appealed once more for aid. It has been rejected.
Huh, this is my surprised face.
Why do you bother with those cowards, Father?
Show some respect. They are correct. Stubborn, but correct.
Why won't they help us? Aren't we on the same team?
Only to a degree. The rules are clear. Each branch is responsible for its own defense and recruitment. In this respect, I have been negligent.
So have all the branches, Father. A sudden rise in threats would have caught any city unprepared.
And we're that city. Lucky us.
I shall appeal again, rest assured. In the meantime, let us go over last night's events.
Well, it could have gone better.
That is to be determined. Daughter, I trust you have recuperated from your ordeal with the fire elemental.
I have. There do not appear to be any other ill effects.
So you aren't entirely positive?
I took all the necessary precautions, but one is never entirely positive.
Then I will have to accept that. However, I am deeply concerned that this mundane was able to acquire such a powerful spell in the first place.
My demon started a cult. It put Jordan in charge.
Yes, but why?
To create havoc, obviously. Why else?
No, this was too focused, too targeted. We are not dealing with a mindless spirit bent on chaos and destruction. This demon had a plan, a purpose. We need to learn what it was.
How do we do that?
Funny you should say that.
Ah, I know that book. You did as I asked, Mage Beckett?
Yes, I did, sir. And it worked. Well, working. It's not quite done yet.
What are you referring to?
Oh, the ritual knife. I did a thaumaturgic scan on it.
Thama what?
It's a magic thing. Checking objects for imbued magical energy. And I hit pay dirt. The knife was imbued with a very specific energy signature. Your demon's energy, to be precise. It's connected to you, and you alone. That's why you were the only one who could use it properly. Which means we can track it.
I sense a but coming.
Well, I can track the energy signature, but the demon's out of your body now. Its energy signature has changed. I can only track where it's been when it was in your body.
So where did the demon take me?
It was busy, I'll say that much. It was all over the map. I'm trying to narrow it down to the areas of greatest activity, but it's slow going. So far, the scan's got you pegged in 2 places. The Bronx, around Gun Hill Station, and Staten Island, by the ferry terminal.
Staten Island. I hope I don't run into anyone from the station.
The veil is still in place. You need not worry about that.
Very well. Check both areas for void activity and any sign of the demon. We'll show those idiots on the council what New York is made of. Meeting adjourned.
The hour grows late, and the trail grows cold. Let us be off.
The Bronx and Staten Island? Good thing I refilled my Metro card last week.
Okay, let's go. Any banter? I guess not. Let's go to Staten Island. I worked there, so it will be interesting to see, how what my demon self did there, apart from those initial murders.
I know that song. Lowlands Away, isn't it?
Yes, an old shanty. Being at sea just reminds me of younger days.
Well, don't let me stop you. We could use a bit of cheer on a dreary night like this.
No, I shall not lose myself in the past. Let us proceed.
The ferry terminal is deserted at this time of night.
Seriously? It took forever to get here. Let's finish investigating here first.
The promenade leads west towards a large sculpture.
So he's like the others.
There are no others.
Janie, this is rotten and you know it.
It's a tragedy, Vicky. That's all this is.
God damn it. You know what? I need a drink. Come talk to me if you want to do your damn job.
You doing all right? Your face went all pale.
Yeah, I thought she was dead. Didn't I shoot her in the head? Well, technically, I guess, depending on where exactly in the head and with what caliber of a weapon are you shot, I guess technically you can survive a gunshot to the head, but it would have to be like a glancing thing, and I think I shot her like in the forehead. I don't think that's survivable. Staten Island used to be your beat, but you don't recognize her. She must be new. The September 11th Memorial. It overlooks the spot where the Twin Towers once stood. The body is covered by a mildew-stained tarp.
Sorry, sir. You shouldn't be here. You need to leave.
Was that Vicky Santina you were arguing with?
You know her? Take my advice and stay clear. She's one citation away from being locked up.
I thought Vicky was dead.
Dead? No. She came close, though. The sole survivor of a mass shooting. Just try and ignore her, if you can.
It's okay, I'm one of you.
You're from the local 120? You do look familiar. But no, you just got one of those faces. Anyway, I can't tell you much. Harrison's orders. This is just a tragedy. A senseless tragedy.
What kind of tragedy?
It's a tragedy. Just a tragedy. A senseless tragedy.
Can you get a bit more detail?
It's a tragedy. That's all this is.
Okay, that's eerily similar to how it went down with the demon, where, you know, it fed the people lines and they kept repeating them. Let's try this again. What happened?
It's...
Let me guess. A tragedy?
a tragedy. That's all this is.
Alright. See you around.
Sure. Please try and stay clear.
What's up?
Do you know anything about this area?
Staten Island. It's like a big, small town, isn't it? I used to have an aunt who lived out here, back when it was called Richmond County. She's probably dead now. At 132 years old, she'd have to be.
It feels so strange to be back on Staten Island, especially after what happened.
Yeah, that must be slightly awkward. But you know what? That wasn't you. Just focus on leaving the area a little better than when you arrived. It's all you can do. But maybe that's enough.
So I didn't kill Vicky after all.
One less death is a win in my book. Hopefully she feels the same way.
Could you fire read something for me?
Sure, but maybe we should get away from the mundanes first. The Veil can only do so much.
What do you think we should do now?
Looks like we're not the only ones doing investigating around here. Whoever that Vicky woman is, we should learn more about her. Right.
Yes.
You know anything about this area?
This was all farmland, once upon a time. At least, that is the way I remember it. Over 150 small farms, and one palatial estate belonging to him.
You're gonna complain about Captain Billup again, aren't you?
It is not a complaint. It is the truth. Have you heard the myth surrounding that man? It is a total falsehood.
Well, I don't even know who that is. Obviously, I'm not American. So, do tell me more.
Here we go.
Hush. Hundreds of years ago, the ownership of this island was in dispute between New York and New Jersey. So, the Duke of York made a challenge. If the island could be circumnavigated by a vessel in 24 hours, it would be given to New York. The story goes that Captain Christopher Billup performed this feat, and thus Staten Island belongs to New York to this day. But it did not happen that way. The city was under attack by the Bish Khan. My mother commandeered Billup's vessel. She chased it around the whole island before killing it. Billup was drunk in his cabin the entire time, and yet he was awarded a 1,600-acre estate. Still, one must not dwell, as tempting as it may be.
What's a bitch... whatever you said? Your mother was a ship captain.
Of a sort. I believe the correct term is pirate captain. But I do not wish to dwell on the past. Not at the moment. Ask me later, when we are finished here.
It's strange to be back here after I killed all of those people.
Yes, I imagine it would. You did not exactly leave under pleasant circumstances. Regardless, we are here to do some good. In some small way, that may help.
I didn't kill Vicky after all.
Indeed. This is encouraging news. Not only is there less bloodshed than we imagined, but your demon failed. It is not infallible. Who knows what other mistakes it has made?
Any thoughts on what we should do?
That woman we saw. I have seen her expression many times. It is the look of one who sees what others cannot. I strongly suggest we learn more about her. Agreed.
Okay, let's go.
Vinny, come on. You and me, we go back.
You think I don't know that? But you keep bothering people. You keep bothering me.
She was your wife, you asshole.
It was a tragedy, Vicky. That's all it was.
You're serious?
Dead-ass serious. Now leave, Santina.
Well, screw you too, buddy.
Did you hear that? Again with the just a tragedy.
Yes, the deadpan delivery, the blank expression. Something is definitely amiss.
Flyers in the window advertise quiz night and karaoke. Vinny's bar. All the boys and girls in blue have spent many a paycheck at Vinny's. A rattling old air conditioner drips moisture onto the damp street. A dark alley snakes in between the bar and the storage facility. Is that where she went?
Another ghost, and in a back alley, no less.
Whoever this was, they are beyond our help.
I know. Ignore the ghost. I get it.
A vile-smelling heap of oozing trash bags. It's fuzzy and indistinct, stares blankly ahead, barely noticing you even are here.
I don't think it even notices you're there.
Can you hear me?
The living cannot communicate with the dead. It is the way of things. I am sorry.
Okay, I had to try. A heavy metal door pitted with rust marks. An old and weathered keypad is embedded next to the door. Okay, obviously I don't know the code currently. J&M Storage. A local self-storage facility, no questions asked. Tightly closed storage unit door. An old box lies forgotten on a platform truck. A small card reader is embedded next to the door. Elevator to higher floors. This storage unit is completely empty. Okay, there doesn't seem to be anything here at the moment. The street continues towards the east.
That's crap and you know it.
Keep your voice down.
Oh, I'm sorry. Wouldn't want to embarrass you.
Jesus, V. It's not that. You can't be here. Everyone already looks at me funny. Can't you just stop?
People are dead. How many are gonna pile up before you do something?
It's a tragedy, Vicky. That's all this is.
Right, sure. I'm going for a walk. See you around, Donnie.
Bye.
This cop is barely out of his teens. He's entranced by his phone.
Huh? Sorry, I was a bit distracted.
Waiting for the bus?
Yep, saving up to buy a car. Until then, I ride the bus with the plebes. Could be worse. At least cops ride free.
You must be new to the force.
Yeah, just passed my exams a few months ago. You from around here? You look familiar. No, don't tell me. I'll figure it out. You gotta work the memory muscle. That's important.
You're pretty engrossed on your phone there.
I guess I am. You ever play Trollgate? It's like digital crack. I created a character when I was like 16. They got me hooked for life.
I couldn't help but overhear the argument you were having.
Nobody. You didn't see me with anyone.
Well, sorry to tell you, but I did see you arguing with someone.
Shit. I mean, crap. Damn it, Vicky. Why do you have to screw up everything? Don't tell anyone, okay? I'll never hear the end of it.
Is there some kind of a problem?
With Vicky, there's always a problem. And that's all I'm gonna say.
There's a dead body around the corner.
Janie's on that one, isn't she? It's a tragedy. That's all it is.
What kind of tragedy?
Like I said, it's just a tragedy. A tragedy. That's all it is.
See you around.
Right. See you.
120th Precinct, your old haunt, makes you feel at home again. A heavy oak door to the old police station. Photos from the old days. You recognize some of the cops looking very young. Is that still the same plant that Frank pissed in back in 2012? Stacks of paperwork, never your favorite part of the job. What's this woman's name? It's on the tip of your tongue. Jackie? Joan?
Yes? What is it? Sorry. I thought you looked a bit familiar. But no, it was just a trick of the light.
I used to live in this area. Maybe I saw you around.
Really? You must have lived here long ago. I thought I knew everybody. Either that or I'm losing my touch. In any case, while I'd love to chat, I have a mountain of paperwork to get through. Unless there's something else I could help you with?
What do you do here?
Captain Joy Harrison, at your service. Filling out paperwork, a specialty.
You're a captain? What happened to Captain Laputa?
You knew Guy Laputa? He retired. I stepped in, inherited all his paperwork. I always meant to send him a thank you gift for that. A bouquet of cacti should do the trick.
I saw a woman named Vicky arguing with a cop outside.
Is she bothering my officers again? That woman just can't let things go.
Could you tell me about her?
What's to tell? She used to be one of my finest detectives. Now she's not. I feel for her. I really do. But until she gets the help she needs to stay out of our way. Now, unless that's all.
She needs help? What kind of help? Probably psychiatric. Or at least therapy, you know. Being a sole survivor of a mass shooting has to be, like, majorly traumatizing. And especially, you know, that mass shooting was carried out by her partner.
Mental help. The kind you need a PhD to prescribe medication for. She refuses to get it, and it's only making her condition worse. Heaven helps those who help themselves, as they say. It's out of my hands.
About Vicky...
I do not gossip about my officers, even suspended ones. Please take your idle speculation elsewhere.
Okay.
Yes, well, if you'll excuse me, I have now paperwork to climb.
A quiet path back to the waterfront. Okay, so I guess it's...
Summoner, you have made a grave error. Return me to my world immediately.
Hear me out, General.
I have no time for talk. You summoned me in the middle of battle. I am the General Commander. Without me, my soldiers are doomed to failure.
How's the war effort going, anyway?
You obviously know the answer to that, Summoner. It is no secret our efforts are going poorly. Perhaps even futile. They poison our waters. They destroy our resources, our homes, our lives. So fight. Outnumbered and outmatched, but what choice do we have?
A choice is exactly what I'm offering you.
We choose to live. If you have counsel to offer, I am listening.
And listen close.
Was that?
One of the merfolk? I cannot say for certain.
Stop the island from spinning, please.
Oh, take it easy.
Yes, try and get your bearings.
You can lean over the rail if you need to, you know, throw up. I guarantee nobody will notice the smell around here. You seem alright. Good.
Did I hear you right? That was a mermaid?
One of the merfolk, yes. The demon summoned it. But how? To open such a path takes tremendous energy. Energy that a demon alone should not possess. Such a thing is impossible. And yet, I spoke it, so it must be true.
So mer people exist.
Yes, and the less you express your surprise at every supernatural encounter, the faster we can get on with things. Speaking of, let us venture forward. We will learn nothing standing here in the rain.
To Richmond Terrace. Okay, so this just goes back. So I'll go to the bar because that's the only place I haven't been in.
Is this what the old days were like?
The old days.
You know what I mean. Going into the field every day, a new monster in every shadow. For 50 years, you and Kalash talked about almost nothing else.
I suppose it is easy to romanticize the past.
Friendly-looking door leads into the Vinny's bar.
Hey, new faces, all right. Come on in, dry yourself off.
The drink of the month is Vinny's Vodka Martini. Sounds tempting. From what you remember, Vinny replaces these bottles frequently. A horror film about a nightstick possessed by a serial killer. Not bad. A used matchbook with the name of the bar. Flyer for a psychic hotline. Oh, you can't pick that up. A wide variety of local beers on tap. Vinny was a friend to a lot of the cops. You never really got to know him.
Hey,
This your place?
my name's on the sign.
So you are Vinny.
You're a sharp one.
So I have been told.
Ha, I like you guys.
Was that Vicky Santina outside?
Who else could it have been? Her and me, we go back. I help her out where I can, but there are limits.
Wasn't Vicky shot?
Yeah, she recovered. Physically, anyway. But Vicky's got enough on her plate without me talking behind her back.
Vicky said something about your wife?
It was a tragedy. Yeah, it was a tragedy. That's all it was.
A tragedy? What happened?
It was a tragedy. That's all it was.
Yeah, I figured you'd say that. That's all you have to say about your wife?
It was a tragedy. That's all it was.
Have it your way. Why does Vicky need help? Well, that's kind of obvious.
If you don't know, I probably shouldn't say. You guys are obviously not from the neighborhood.
Vicky and I worked together. Can you tell me what happened?
Really? Vicky only worked with cops, and I know all the cops in this area. Sorry, but I can't help you unless I know you. Vicky's an old friend, and a good cop once upon a time. I ain't betraying that, even if she has become the neighborhood nut.
Neighborhood nut?
You've seen her around. You know what I'm talking about. She skeeves everyone out. The cops want nothing to do with her. Even her own family's ready to write her off.
Her own family won't talk to her.
I said enough. Sorry. Hey, hat guy? You okay?
I'm fine. It's just what you said. To turn away from your own family. It's the hardest thing in the world.
Could be. Vicky made it easy for him, I'll say that much.
Well, we'll see you around.
I ain't going anywhere.
Where did she go,
That
though?
man, Vinny, did his emotions read a bit false to you?
You're not wrong. His wife died. He's been brainwashed not to think about it. He should be grieving. He needs to be grieving. It's just what you do.
I guess there is also passage this way. This walkway extends east towards the marina. No, but wait, that just goes in a circle. So where did she go?
Evening, sir.
Is Vicky really the neighborhood nut?
Who said that? Was it Vinny? Fucking Vinny. Of course, he's not wrong, is he?
Is it true that Vicky's family turned against her?
Turned against her? Who said that? I haven't turned against her.
Wait, you're related to Vicky?
Fine. Now you know. She's my sister. I'm not trying to make a big deal out of that, okay? Vicky's been nothing but trouble ever since she got shot.
Was shot? By who?
Hey, you okay? Your eye is twitching. It was during the Eternox Club shooting. You know about that, right? It was a massacre. You know how one person got out alive? That was Vicky. The perp got her in the shoulder. Vicky still isn't clear what happened. But whatever went down, it messed her up in the head.
She's messed up. How?
That's just it. We don't know. She just got weird, angry all the time, twitchy, paranoid. She keeps bothering people with questions, trying to solve cases that we closed a long time ago.
What cases is she trying to reopen?
Just tragedies. That's all they are. Each of them, just a tragedy.
Yeah, that's not creepy at all to hear everyone sort of droning on with that. So a brother and sister are both cops.
All of us Santinas are cops. Our dad, grandpa, my two big brothers. It's a family thing. At least, until now.
If she's such a problem, why don't you stop her?
She's a Santina. That name still carries some weight around here. At least until she takes it too far. Which she will, the way she's going.
You sound almost ashamed of her. Your own sister.
Hey, man. You think I haven't tried talking to her? Tried to get her counseling, whatever? She won't listen. I feel bad for her, but she's gone somewhere none of us can follow. I'm not getting dragged down with her, and that's a fact. If she wants to live in Vinny's crap basement, that's her business.
She lives under Vinny's bar?
Yeah. Since her severance package ran out, that's all she can afford. Right. See you.
So I guess she's probably behind that locked door. Unless there was a staircase in here that I didn't see, but that seems unlikely. Yeah, there's no passage.
Hey,
I heard Vicky lives in your basement.
yeah. I never use the room, so I rent it out sometimes. The door's got a keypad lock, but since I let the renter choose the combo, there aren't any problems. Having Vicky down there is awkward as hell, but what can I do? Let her live in the street? As long as she uses the alley entrance and doesn't bother my customers, we don't have a problem.
Is she home?
She's never home. She only comes home to sleep. What she does all day is her own business.
Well, that's a very stupid question, but I'll ask it. Can I take a look around her room?
No. What a thing to ask. Why would I let you do that?
Yeah, that's a good question. That's a good question, but her situation is my fault. I want to help her.
Whatever you think you did, you can't blame yourself. Vicky's situation ain't anyone's fault but Vicky's.
I really needed to get into her room.
And why would I let you do that?
Yeah, that's fair. Although your wife was murdered, we're trying to solve that.
She was a tragedy. That's all it was. A tragedy. Stop trying to make this more than it is.
Okay. So I need a code. Like, what day? I forgot what day was it when it happened? Because I think that would make, you know, she's sort of deeply traumatized by that. So also maybe there's like warmth residue.
Not sure what you want me to do there.
Okay, maybe there isn't.
I fail to see how I can be of use there. I fail to...
Okay, so it's 4 digits. So a date would work, but I don't know what it was.
What's up? Nothing else to say, except I'd really like to learn more about Vicky Santina. Maybe there's someone we could ask.
Oh, who are the merfolk?
I've never actually met one, but from what I've read, they used to come to our world quite often. There are countless stories about mer creatures helping a drowning sailor. They were a fairly peaceful race. Going by your vision, I'm not sure that's accurate anymore.
Could you fire read something?
Sure. What do you need?
Well, I guess nothing.
Right behind you.
Yes?
Who are the merfolk?
My father used to tell me stories of them. Millennia ago, they would traverse the void between our worlds quite freely. They were a peaceful, generous people. Many a drowning sailor was saved by the lucky chance of a merfolk being nearby. But, judging by your vision, that has since changed. Agreed.
Evening, sir. Right. See you.
Yes? What is it? I'm quite busy here. I do not gossip about my officers, even suspended ones. Please take your idle speculation elsewhere. Yes, well, if you'll excuse me, I have now paperwork to climb.
Well, I guess I can still talk to the other cop. That's by the body.
I asked you to leave.
Is Vicky really the neighborhood nut?
Neighborhood nut? You been talking to Vinny? Look, she's going through a rough patch. No question there. But you can't talk about cops that way, suspended or not. It's about respect.
You did not seem very respectful when you spoke to Vicky yourself.
That's different. I'm a cop.
Is it true Vicky's family won't speak to her?
Yeesh. Word gets around, don't it? Think it's easy for the Santinas? They're a cop family to the bone, going back 100 years at least. Getting suspended like that had to be a blow.
It doesn't matter. You don't turn away from your family.
I won't argue there, but in Vicky's case, I think it was mutual. Her folks had their anniversary barbecue last month. Vicky was there. Things went down. Wasn't pretty.
About that barbecue.
Like I said, it was for her folks' wedding anniversary. I don't know what went down, but the neighbors had to call the cops. Which, as you can imagine, made things a bit awkward at the next briefing meeting. Why do you keep asking about that? It was her folks' anniversary. We cops were called in. It was dead-ass awkward. Why do you keep asking about that? It was... Sure. Please try and stay clear.
But I don't even know what the current date is. So even if I was trying to put in, like, last month, I'm not sure I know when that was.
Seriously? It took forever to get here.
I'm pretty confused about which one tells.
Evening, sir.
We heard something about a family barbecue.
See, that's the kind of crap I'm talking about. My parents do a barbecue every summer for their anniversary. All the neighborhood cops go. So, of course, Vicky has to show up and cause a scene. Gets into a screaming match with Captain Harrison. I mean, the captain. They almost threw hands. I get that Vicky went through a lot, but you just don't do that.
About that barbecue.
I told you. Vicky and the captain almost threw hands. I'm trying to pretend it didn't happen. I told you. Right. See you.
Yes? What is it? I'm quite busy here.
Is it true that Vicky got into a fight at a family barbecue?
Everyone's a gossip, aren't they? Yes, it's true. It was my fault. I shouldn't have risen to her. But Vicky has a way. She gets under your skin, needling you until you snap. Useful on the job, not so much in civilian life.
What did you argue about?
You might have noticed she's been acting erratic. So she was asked specifically not to come to the party. She came anyway. She took a handful of the party invitations and burned them on the grill. I've never seen anything so petty in my life. So I tried to make her leave. She was looking for a fight. I almost gave it to her. I should have known better.
What happened at that barbecue again?
As I said, Vicky was looking for an argument. I almost gave it to her. I shouldn't have. She took a handful of the party invitations and burned them on the grill. Yes, well, if you'll excuse me, I have now paperwork to climb.
I feel like I'm skirting around getting some information, but I'm just walking in a circle, and literally in this case. Is it 9/11? Like, I guess I can try it. Yeah, figures. Like, I am at a bit of a loss here, and I am embarrassed about that because, you know, the construction of the game makes it obvious to me that the information must be sort of in plain sight somewhere, and I just can't see it.
Yes? What is it?
I asked you to leave.
Is it true Vicky's family won't speak to her?
Yeesh. Word gets around, don't it? You think it's easy for the Santinas? Getting suspended like that had to be a blow.
It doesn't matter. You don't turn away from your family.
I won't argue there. But in Vicky's case, I think it was mutual. Her folks had their anniversary barbecue last month. Vicky was there. Things went down. Wasn't pretty. Why do you keep asking about that? It was her folks' anniversary. We cops were called in. It was dead-ass awkward. it's just a tragedy.
I suggest we stop this line of inquiry. She is obviously the victim of mental manipulation.
Sure. Please try and stay clear.
I'm at a bit of a loss here. My companions aren't exactly helpful. Because, you know, they are all telling me what I already know, which is...
What's up? Sure. What do you need?
Oh, Vicky burned something. The invitations, which would contain the date, right? Okay, so at least I got that part right. You know, it was probably that date.
Sure. Just a sec.
Enjoying the barbecue, Frank and Abby Santina's anniversary barbecue, August 23rd. So that's 0823, right?
Seems pretty typical, as these things go. I used to host a bunch of backyard barbecues myself back in the day. Of course, these days, I wouldn't even need to buy fuel.
Okay, so at least I got that right. But this episode has been long enough, so I'm going to save it here and end it for now. That's all for this one, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.